Welcome into Arsenal Report and Noni Madueke. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano. Although David Ornstein has said it's close, not finished, it's a here we go. And Arsenal are way overpaying. That's the only way to look at this deal. £52 million for Noni Madueke. It's hard to justify that in any way, shape, or form. And I've gone through every stage of grief with this one, trying to justify it and understand it. And I've come to two possible understandings and two possible ways of looking at it. Number one, should we have signed Norgard, Kepa, Zubamendi, Mosquera, Rodrygo, and a striker? Let's call it Gyökeres because that's who looks most likely, but let's just say a striker. Those 6 signings. It's mid-August. We're all panicking about Saka having some sort of rotation option behind him. We go out and sign Noni Madueke for £52 million. Are we happy with the signing and not worried about spending the money because we've gotten Saka rotation for the first time in the history of Saka's career? Probably. We're probably happy, right? Like, who cares at that point? We've already spent a big outlay this summer. We've gotten Saka rotation option, a player who's played in the Premier League, yada, yada, yada. Okay, that's one way to think of it. Order of transfers doesn't really matter if it's all the same amount of transfers and the same players. Okay. That's somewhat justifiable, but I'm going to be nervous until the end of the window that we get all these other things done. Number two is, if Noni Madueke, what is the number of goal contributions that Noni has to have in order for me, fans, whatever, to be satisfied with the spend and the result? Now, this is assuming that Noni is brought in as Saka cover and not the marquee left-wing signing. Let's assume that. He's going to play about 2,500 minutes. In a similar amount of minutes last year, he had 16 goal contributions. Can he replicate that or do better? If he can't, then you can't really justify the cost. At 30, 35 million, with the wages he's on, you can justify buying him right now and having fewer goal contributions. But if he doesn't have 15 to 20 goal contributions in all competitions, so that's assuming we're going to play about 60 matches, right? Guaranteed 8 in the Champions League. Let's say we guarantee another 4. We make it through the first round and at least play the second round. That's 12. 38 Premier League matches. That's 50. Let's say we play 3 in each cup. That's 56. So somewhere between 55 and 60 feels like a safe assumption of how many matches we're going to have this year. So Noni Madueke, if he plays 2,500 minutes, that's about 27 matches. So it's a little less than half of our matches, or give or take half of our matches. 15 goal contributions has got to be the bare minimum, no matter how you spin it. It's definitely not exciting, but it's a signing. It's an attacking signing, and Saka won't have to play 5,000 minutes this year. So I guess that can be something we take away from it, but it's definitely a confusing one. And for many fans, it puts Rodrygo in doubt. We spent $52 million here. We're going to spend $60 to $70 million on Gyökeres. That's $120 million outlay on attackers. Are we going to spend another $80 to $100 on Rodrygo? I don't know. At that price, they're quoting 100 right now. My guess would be if we go bid 75 plus add-ons. Hopefully ending up somewhere between like 85 and 90 with another 5 million add-ons. So hopefully the max deal is 90, I think is where Arsenal would feel comfortable. That's 200 to 210 on attacking signings. There's rumors of Trossard leaving for about 15. So that knocks it down to 195. I can't imagine that we're not selling Gabriel Martinelli in this situation. And then if we are selling Trossard and Martinelli, we've gone 3 attackers in, 3 attackers out, right? We've gone Sterling out. I know it's not really much of an out, but he was a part of the squad. Trossard out, Martinelli out. And we would have brought in Madueke. We would have brought in Rodrygo, and we would have brought in Gyökeres. So you're not really replacing the minutes that you need. You're not adding to those minutes. So then otherwise, you're saying that Arsenal are going to net spend on their attack $200 million. And keep in mind now that Ethan Nwaneri is someone they want to play as an interior. Max Dowman, they want to play as an interior. It almost feels like you also have to go get Eze, and then you're looking at $250 million spend. All of this feels very unlikely, having just spent $52 million on Noni Madueke. The Rodrygo deal in doubt, the Eze deal in doubt, the Gyökeres deal in doubt. I mean, what is taking so long on Victor Gyökeres? We got a almost here we go 4 days ago. Now it's being reported we went and flew to Lisbon and left without a deal being close to done, like 5 or 10 million apart still. I don't even want the player, but like it's very confusing on this Madueke deal. We're just willing to pay up all this money for a player that nobody's excited for, and then a guy who has scored almost 100 club goals in the last 2 years, we're going to be haggling over 5 million euros. It's very confusing from the fans' point of view. And again, it's Andrea Berta's first window. We need to judge everything at the end of the window because order of signings doesn't actually matter really once you get into the season. But another one where this collapses, we lose all of our bargaining chips with Sesko. Then maybe we go back in for Ollie Watkins, which I would rather have than Gyökeres, but it's just like it's not great negotiating. If we can't get Watkins, Sesko, or Gyökeres, Ekitike doesn't seem like a good bang for your buck. Is there something I'm missing here? Osimhen's not coming. We're running out of striking options very quickly here. And then we really have our backs against the wall. Then maybe you go get Rodrygo. Rodrygo, Martinelli, both play as center forwards, both have the option to play as center forwards. You wait for Jesus to come back. It all seems a little bit suspect. And lastly, Eberechi Eze. It does look like we're moving forward on this deal, but like the conflicting reports of like Noni and Eze and then no Rodrygo. Some are saying Noni, Rodrygo, and Eze. Some are saying Noni and Rodrygo. There have been reports that we bid around £45 million for Eze. His release clause is $68 million. Not sure why Crystal Palace would accept something that far under the release clause. My guess is we can maybe strike a deal in the 50 to 55 range with add-ons, getting closer to 60 total package if Eze really pushed the deal. But the release clause isn't crazy high, and there you can pay it in 3 installments, so 22 and a half or so a year. That just feels like classic Arsenal, go pay the release clause. None of the way we're negotiating is something that I'm used to as an Arsenal fan. I don't think anyone is, so it's creating a lot of mayhem. But lastly, Noni Madueke is an Arsenal player now. We all need to back him. No more like posting petitions, don't sign him. He's an Arsenal player now. He puts on the jersey. We're going to be backing him. This is Arsenal Report, daily updates on your transfer window. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.